Hi, budget friends. Today I'm making adjustments to my 5-year budget plan. I need to push my credit card debt payments further out over the coming year. I'm hoping I'll still be able to make my 1 year to zero credit card debt goal, but I need to lighten the payments up front and make bigger payments later. It's a risky move, but I need to hold on to extra cash right now. I also need to tighten spending for a few months, so I'll be making those adjustments as well. As always, the first thing that I start with is updating the balances of all of my accounts. Next, I'm going to talk about my 1 year debt payoff plan. I started on May 12th. I had $7,812.57 of credit card debt for two credit cards that I have. My goal is to get to zero for both of these credit cards in 1 year. When I started, my plan in May was to pay off $690, and I actually paid $690. One of my credit cards has a 0% interest, and the second credit card has a 0.99% interest from a balance transfer. And so I had a $3 interest charge for the month of May. So the total difference, the amount that I paid towards this debt was $687. You can see here that I actually had this credit card debt since the beginning of the year. I had over $10,000 in debt for these two credit cards from January. And these are the amounts that I paid through April. But I didn't start this debt payoff plan until May 12th. So that's really where I'm paying attention to how much I am paying off. Essentially, I was paying off $690 a month. That was supposed to continue throughout the remaining months. There is an extra week of pay in September, so that's why I had $850 here. And towards the end in March and April, one of the credit cards was going to be paid off by then. So the remaining balance was just to pay off the second credit card, which is due in May. Now, if you've watched my last video, you know that I'm facing a challenge regarding the home I'm in. My rent went up a substantial amount, and I'm unable to make that work. I'm still looking into my options, so for now, I just need to keep extra money liquid for the time being so that I'm prepared for whatever comes next. And that's why I'm making this new plan. As I mentioned in May, I already paid my $690. In June, I plan to pay $150. I've already paid $67 towards one of the accounts, which was the minimum payment. And the remaining amount out of the 150 will go to the second balance. For the month of July, I'm also going to be paying $150. I plan to put the remaining amounts that would normally have gone into these payments for bringing down these credit cards. I'd like to put that money into the high yield savings account so that I can get a little bit of interest while I'm trying to figure out what to do next. In August, I plan to pay $270. In September, I'm not really changing the amount quite as much. I'm only paying $10 less than I had originally planned. In October, I plan to pay $820, which is more than I had planned. So you can see I'm lightening up the first few months, and I'm going to add those extra payments in the last months. So the same goes for November, December, January, February, March, and April. So in the original Olds plan, if I highlight all of these, you can see the total amount that I had planned to pay was $7,840. And in the new plan is $7,840. So I just adjusted the amount that I'm going to pay upfront and tacked it on to later months. As I mentioned, this is a risky move because I don't know what's going to be happening in the future. You never know when something comes up. I don't really want to push this off, but for now, with things being so uncertain, I prefer to have some money that I can fall back on and I can pay the credit card debt as I have things a little bit more stabilized. So now I'm going to go into my running balance, which is my income and expense transactions. This is where a lot of the work comes in. I already updated my account balances. Everything in gray are transactions that have already posted to the accounts. I'll just quickly go through these. I paid my groceries, which was what I had estimated. I get a reimbursement from my parents. They insist on reimbursing me for two cell phones. They're on my plan. They insist on $100 every few months. I bought gas and it only costs $30. I usually estimate around $45. I paid for my utility for my heat, and that was $129. I got paid two incomes that I have. I paid for a gym membership, which my son actually pays for. He reimburses me for that, which he does earlier in the month. We had Father's Day. I originally estimated $80. I ended up spending $30. This was due to the uncertainty of what's going on. I did explain to my parents what was going on, and they completely understood. When I got paid, I have an automatic deposit that goes into my retirement account. And so that went through, and my car insurance also went through. So I'm going to get rid of these. Now I'm going to filter and sort. I just want the years 2024 and 2025. I'm just going to filter out every other year. And I'm going to sort all of my transactions by their description. And now I'm going to go through and update based on my 1 year plan. I'm going to make all of these changes to the credit card payments now. I'm going to filter out all of the descriptions that I don't need, and I want my credit card to for now. And I'm going to update these and make these changes. So for July, I'm going to have a $60 payment, and that's it for July. August is going to be $60 and just one payment in August. In September, I'm going to have three payments. I'm going to pay $68 and $68. In October, I'm going to pay $205 and $205. In November, I'm going to pay $105 and $205, $105 and $205. And then for December, I'm going to pay $105 and $205. In January, I will pay $105 and I will pay another $105. In February, I will pay $205 and another $205. In March, I'll do three payments of $328. And in April, I have two payments of $328. So that takes care of the deductions that are coming out of my main account. And now for the deductions from my credit card, which you'll see happening here in this column. And I need to mimic these exact same payments. So I already made my payment for June. July has a $60 payment. August has a $60 payment. Has 3 payments of 68, 168, and 68. October has 2 payments of 205. November has 105 and 205. December has 105 and 205. January has 105 and 105. Let's see. February is 2 payments of 205 and then a whole bunch of payments of 328. And it looks like I have a payment of $83 remaining. So I believe that that's a June payment. So I'm going to add that to both here and here for $83. So that takes care of credit card 2. Now, credit card 3, I'm going to filter credit card 3 and do the same. Now, this is my main account. Obviously, things are a little bit out of sorts because I have filters on, but credit card 3 is right here. So we're going to do the same with credit card 3. So we'll be starting off with a $90 payment in July. And I'm leaving these 0 just in case I need to split payments. I just am leaving them in my budget for now. So let's see. In August, I have a $210 payment. And in September, I have 268 payments. In October, I have 2 payments of 205. In November, I have 2 payments of 255. Same for December, 2 payments of 255. And in January is the same, 2 payments of 255. And then in February, I have 1 payment of 255 and 1 payment of 231. Those are coming out of my main account, and those payments will be going into, so this is deducted from my bank account and this is deducted from the credit card. So I have to do the same payments here. June is 0. July is 90. August is 210. September are 2 payments of 268. October are 2 payments of 205 and 205. November is a payment of 255 and a second payment of 255. December, let's see, is the same. 2 payments of 255. And then for January, 255 and 255. And then for February, 255 and 231. And I can delete this line. So that takes care of credit card 3. So now I'm going to add all of the categories, the descriptions back in. I'm still in 2024 and 2025 only. So now that I updated those, I'm going to add few transactions to bring some of those dollars that I was planning on putting towards the credit cards into my high yield savings account. I'm going to sort these again because I only need, I believe it's these 2, and I want the blank rows so I could easily copy and paste the transactions that I need and just change the dates and dollar amounts. And I will copy and paste those as well. And these are going to be $600 for each. These need to be paid. And the dates are going to be in June, July, August, and September, and the same dates for these. So that's good. Now I'm going to add all of the descriptions back in, and we'll scroll through to see what else we're going to need to update. So we're going to have to hold off on buying any new clothes for a little while. Everybody pretty much has enough clothes. Nobody's growing. So I think we're all set for the next few months. And if we keep scrolling, we can save a little on eating out. We're going to delete a couple of these, and then we're going to change some of these amounts. This is in case we need to go out to lunch or something. And then the rest of the year will be okay. And I think we're going to hold off on some of these. If we do have to go to the doctor, we'll just have to add it to the budget. But for now, I think we're going to delete them because everyone's been healthy, knock on wood. Now, I am going to keep some on, and then regular doctor visits I have here as well. So I do actually have in my budget quite a bit for doctor visits, but I think we're going to hold off on having these in the budget. And if we need to move one up, we will. But for now, we're going to just take some out. We're going to maintain September, the remaining year, and then we just eliminated for the rest of this year. These can all be deleted. I'll just leave one in just in case I want to have a reminder to go back and donate. I have eye doctor exams, and I may push this off until November. For gas for the car, we're just going to keep estimating at the 45. Groceries is the same. The gym is the same. Haircuts for my kids are going to remain. I'm going to go without for a little while. We have to make some sacrifices. So I'm going to wait until September. And now we're going to keep moving down the list. These all stay the same. This is estimated the same. Every little bit counts. I already took this out of my budget. This is a school lunch card, and I can get rid of August because I do have a balance that is being carried over. And then I will increase the remaining amounts so that we have enough for the rest of the year. We are going to get rid of this miscellaneous charge. Hopefully, we won't need it for July, but I'm going to leave the rest in place just in case anything comes up. And if we don't use them, a little bit more is not a bad thing. I think I'm going to change the dates for the oil changes, but I'm going to leave them for now. I already removed outdoor maintenance. I think we should be okay for the time being, and anything that does need to be done, we can do ourselves, or depending on where we live, I'm not even sure if we're going to require outdoor maintenance. I keep meaning to get a new passport, but we're just going to keep pushing this off because there will probably be no traveling for the time being. So we're going to hold off on that. Those all stay the same. We're going to keep scrolling down. I think these are all good. Actually, for this, I think I'm going to change the amount because I think we get a little bit more. Every little bit counts. And for shopping, I think we're going to delete June. We're already through a large portion of June, so I think we're okay with deleting that. And I think we're going to decrease the amount for a few months. And hopefully, we don't need that extra buffer. We're going to be tightening things up, and that is in case we need something. So we're going to keep scrolling. And that is it. So I'm going to go back to the top of the budget. We're going to take off all my filters. We're going to have all the years, and we're going to sort by date. I do have some concerns that I see. I usually split these payments up, so I'm not too concerned and I'm not going over budget. I should be okay there. And the same goes for here. August, September looks good. October looks good. It looks like we have a credit card reward that's happening a little sooner than it should. I'm going to just change that date. That looks better. When we run into an issue is going to be in November. Hopefully I can make progress in some areas and maybe save a little here and there so that I don't end up over budget in November. Otherwise, I feel like I'm looking pretty good. As we saw previously with credit cards 2 and 3, we are going to be paying those off slowly. And then here in February, we're going to be paid off on credit card 3. And in 1 year, we will have paid off credit card 2. So I am still on target for that. So that's good. And then depending on what's going on with my home, I'm assuming that possibly I might need some money in September, October, or August. I really am not sure. Some of that money is being saved up here. I should have my emergency fund padded a little bit. I am hoping that'll get us through, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching and your support. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. It's budget friendly and doesn't cost you a thing, but it really makes a huge difference. Please also share your comments and let me know how you budget. I would love to hear about what helps you stay on track. Thanks again for watching. Bye.